In this video, I'm going to be ranking every MCC player in a tier list based on their leadership skills. Remember, this is just my opinion and purely for fun, so let me know your thoughts down below. Anyways, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and enjoy. Alright, so as always, first we gotta go through the tiers that we're working with here. So at the top, of course, we have the best leaders in MCC, meaning majority of the S tiers, probably all of the S tiers, plus a couple extra players, example, Frost, and then some other players that I'll put in there. And yeah, you'll have to wait and see who I put in there. Anyways, we got the secondary leaders, usually like leaders like George Not Found, Fundy. That's two good examples right there. You know, the people that aren't really the best leaders or some of the best leaders yet, but are really still can be leaders if they need to be. Next up, we got role players, which are people that don't particularly lead all the time, but can if they want to. But majority of the time, you know, they're just being a team player, aka a role player. Next up, we have players that don't lead, which means they play on the team, and under any circumstance, there's always a player that's above them that leads rather than them. So these are players just like Erit, Nikki, Elena, like players that always are there to get led, not to lead. And we have players that can't lead, aka players that either don't play in the event or just can't lead because they don't have enough experience, I'll say. And yeah, so that's that tier. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into the rankings. Alright, so first up we have Bad Boy Halo. Bad's pretty good, but I think most people would put him in a role player. Bad is a role player. He's not a secondary leader, but he does words of encouragement, I'll say. Like he's kind of good with communication, I guess. Kind of when they won in MCC 16 with CPK, Finn, and who's the fourth player? Quack. No, it wasn't Quackity. No. It was just it was CBK, Dream, and Finn. Sorry, my bad. Anyways, yeah, Bad's a good role player. I like Bad. Next up, we got Foolish. Foolish is a good secondary leader. And he's not one of the best leaders in MCC yet, but I could see him getting there someday. He's a really good secondary leader, loves MCC, very competitive person, and all around just a genuine vibe. So, great secondary leader to have. Next will be a 5-up. 5-up is... Ooh, this one's actually a hot take. 5-up hasn't done great recently just because his teams haven't been on. I mean, actually, MCC 26 is a pretty good team. He did have Sapnap on his team and Michael. Or no, Michael got subbed out. No, he didn't. Never mind. Sorry. Anyways, 5-up didn't do great in MCC 26. Maybe he did. What did he get? He got No, he did pretty good. He got top 10, right? 5-up got top 10, I think. Or top 15, so I'll put him in best, but I could see some people making the argument for secondary. Next up, we have Fruit Berries. Of course, Fruit's going in one of the best. He's one of the best leaders, and he's one of the best carries. I'd probably say he's the best carry, and he's one of the best leaders. He literally gets the dodge bolts half the time he plays in the offense. It's just crazy. Next up, we have Fundy. As I said in the intro, Fundy is a great secondary leader. He just hasn't played in a while, and also last time he played, he was drunk, so it didn't help out his case of being one of the best leaders. So, but he's a good secondary leader. Next up, you have Flip. Flip is a great role player. I hope Flip has time and ends up returning to MCC soon, but right now I know he's pretty busy in real life and just in content creation, so that's fine, but hopefully we're able to see the return of Flip someday in MCC. Next up, we have George Not Found. Interesting. Maybe you could put him here, but right now, I mean, he's gotten the chance to be a good leader when he was teamed with the MCC. What was it, 16? I want to say it was 16. Yellow Yaks. It was him, H-Bomb, Ponk, and Jack. No, it wasn't Jack. Who was it? I don't know who it was. Oh my gosh, why can't I think? Oh my gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't even think who it was. Anyways, he had the chance to lead there because H-Bomb also tried to lead, so he could have taken the secondary role, which he ended up doing, but he could have taken the main role, but he didn't. So right now he's a good secondary leader, but I don't know if he will ever be able to become one of the best, but I hope he does. Next up, we have Hannah. Hannah's a good secondary leader. Some people I've been seeing have been calling her annoying. I don't know why. This is kind of random, but yeah, I hope Hannah's able to get a win. It was really sad seeing Red barely miss out on Dodge Bolt and Underdogs. That was crazy, man. You literally had You had purple, who had 20,000. Then you had red, or you had cyan. Then you had red. Then you had blue, all at 17,000. And it's just like purple had such a big lead that it was literally just a battle for second. And of course, cyan got the two, like literally played the two best games of their entire lives in meltdown and parkour tag to get there. So that was pretty crazy. Did not see that coming. That was awesome though. But yeah, hope Hannah gets a second win, or a first win, sorry. But yeah, she is a secondary leader because she is correct. Next up we have H-Bomb. I would say the best leader in all of MCC, just because he literally has the most wins, tied with Dream and Sapnap, of course. But let's be honest, H-Bomb, the reason why he has those 5 wins is because he's such a good leader. Love H-Bomb. He is cracked at everything, literally, in MCC. Next, we have Illumina. Of course, same thing. He's also cracked. Literally S tier, leads people all the time. Led the Teal Turkeys to that win in MCC 13 in the reverse dodgeball, which was sick. Next up, we have Ant Venom. Ant Venom, I could see becoming a good secondary leader, but right now I'm gonna put him in the role player. I think he tried to take that role. It was like him or Gumi. I don't know who it was. I think it was Gumi that took the major leader role in Underdogs for Orange, but I could see Ant Venom stepping up. I want him to, at least, because I think he has good potential to be a good leader, because he's kind of like it's like Sparkles. He's an OG. He knows a lot of stuff. He doesn't know much about MCC, but he knows a lot of stuff. So he seems like he'd be wise. He seems he'd be pretty cool and pretty wise. So I hope Ant Venom's able to step up his game and become a secondary leader in my book. Anyways, next up we have Martin, aka in the Littlewood. Martin is a great secondary leader. Martin is underrated in MCC overall, but his most underrated thing, I would say, is probably his leadership. Like, he's a good leader. I remember in MCC Pride 22, I was watching Orange's POV for a majority of the event, and it was Illumina, it was Elena, it was Sniff, and it was Martin. And Martin actually did pretty good. He was actually a leader for half of it. It was kind of split. It was him, and then it was Illumina. And Illumina, of course, was like the carry and / the leader because he's the S tier. But then you had Martin, who was like kind of like the common sense kind of guy, which I liked. He's cool. He's very calm under pressure, which I like. So yeah, Martin is a good leader. Solid. Very solid. I like him. Next up, we have Jack Manifold. Guys, I'm not saying this to be rude, but Jack just, oh my gosh, man. Jack is a interesting guy when it comes to MCC. Holy, I don't even know what to say, man. Jack is a different breed when it comes to MCC and just trying to play. He literally, I don't even know what happened in Underdogs. Did he even try? I'm guessing he didn't. I know James streamed and he tried to do it left-handed. I don't know what Velvet was doing. Velvet definitely placed the highest out of all of them. It was like 15th. And then I don't know what I don't know if RT actually enjoyed that team or not. Maybe it was a bad vibe, but that team was just so weird. A very interesting team, but Jack cannot lead for the life of him, bro. Literally, that was the reason why H-Bomb didn't win in MCC 24 in dodgeballs. It was Jack. He was literally typing in chat, bro, and he could have been dodging. Like, he is interesting, to say the least. Anyways, next up we have Awesome Dude. Awesome Dude's a good secondary leader. I'd say so. Maybe you could put him in a role player. I'm gonna put him down because the 2 times. Actually, no, I shouldn't say that. I'll put him in good secondary, actually, because the 2 times he's made it to dodgeballs was one kind of a miracle in MCC 19, but he was the secondary leader on that team. It was Fruit, then him, then Rye Guy, then Gumi. So I would actually put him there, but then again, his second time getting a dodgeball was MCC 22 with that broken red team. It was Dream, George, which is a cracked duo, way too good. And then you had Austin Dude and Cam Puffy, 2 really good players to round them out. They got the dodgeball. They lost, but again, Austin Dude was the 3rd player on that team. So I'm kind of like 50-50 on this, but I'm leaning towards more of a secondary player because he kind of was the one that led blue. I guess Ponk kind of did, but Ponk's not much of a talker. He's more of like a doer. So I would say Sam was really the leader of that team, even though Ponk got 5th, which was crazy. So yeah, I'll put Sam in a great secondary leader. That one might be up for discussion. Next up, we have Blushy, one of the newest MCC winners from Underdogs. Why can't I speak today? What should I do? She was good. I liked Blushy. She was good. Like, she was good as like a kind of a mentor. I guess Fire Breath Man was really the mentor because he's known as the sensei, and also he like knows everything about MCC. So I guess he didn't really need Blushy's like knowledge because she's actually playing the events. But she was really helpful to Impulse and B-Dubs who haven't played in the events. And this is their first time, and she helped them out. So that was cool. And yeah, I don't know if she would do that. I don't know, like if she'd be as good on like a regular MCC team, in a canon MCC event. But I feel like if she ever did team with a newcomer again, she would be a really good like helper. So that'd be cool. But right now I'm gonna put her in a good role player because that's really what she is in a canon MCC. But Underdogs was special. Next up we have Creekcraft. Interesting. Creek did really well actually. Did he get top 10? I don't think he got top 10, but he did get like top 15-ish, I think. I want to say he did get top 10 in Underdogs, but I don't know if he did. Anyways, Creek is definitely really good. Like, Creek, I didn't know if he was going to get top 10 with his team, but he showed me otherwise, proved me wrong. Top 15, whatever. But he did prove me wrong. I didn't think he was going to do as great as he did in Pride 21, but he did. So Creek deserves a good secondary leader. If he was in a canon MCC, he'd be a good secondary leader. Maybe even potentially an actual leader for the team. Just because he doesn't play in MCC constantly, like a lot of the best leaders in MCC, that's the reason why he's not up there. You have to be a pretty consistent player to actually be up there, and you have to be pretty cracked at it. So he's not one of them, but if he is in an MCC, he'd be a really good secondary leader to have. So, yeah, great. Next up, we have Krinios. Again, Krinios is, I mean, if you're like an high-ranked A-tier player by like the Reddit, you're probably a pretty good leader. So that's why Krinios is going up there. Love Krinios. Hopefully, he's able to play in MCC 28. Next up, we have Dave, a.k.a. Kratzy. Where do I put Dave? Let's see. Dave's not a role player. Totally not. Is Dave a secondary leader? I don't know. Is Dave one of the best leaders? I don't think so. I don't think he's one of the best leaders. He's more of a carry than a leader. Again, like I said with Fruit and Illumina. But they are S tiers, and they have shown that they can win by leading and carrying together. So that's why they're two of the best leaders. But they're also two of the best carries. But Dave, on the other hand, is more like 90% he is a carry, and only like 10% of a leader. So it's not as much of a balance as you have with Fruit or Illumina. So it's hard to judge. But I'm going to have to put him in a secondary leader just because, I don't know. He was like with their team, the Cyan Coyotes in MCC 26. It was Kratzy, Krinios, Ryguy, and Kara. Yeah, Kara. They're like the Cyan Coyotes with a K or whatever. I don't know. Cyan Centipede, sorry, with a K. Anyways, they did really good, but like they couldn't get out, bro, of third place, and it was annoying. But yeah, like it was like a mixture, bro, of like all four of them were leading because like they didn't have an S tier, so it was a really well-rounded team. One of my favorite really well-rounded teams, like in all of MCC ever. And it was really cool, and I like that team. But I don't know if I would put Dave in one of the best leaders of MCC. So yeah, I'm gonna have to keep him in secondary. Let me know what you think about Kratzy and his leadership down below in the comments. I'm very interested actually to see what people think about this one. Anyways, next up we have Cryptic Zeus. Zeus is a good secondary player. He's not a role player anymore. He used to be when he was on the Simmers, but no. Zeus, I would say, is a good secondary leader now. Next up we have Filza. Filza's a good secondary leader. I like Filza. He's nice. He's very well-rounded, so makes him a great secondary leader. And also, he's literally known as the creator of Minecraft, even though it's a joke. And he's also like known as being old, so old people are wise. And Filza's wise, so he's a great leader. Next up, we have Ponk. Like I said, Ponk did carry the blue team in Underdogs, but he didn't lead the blue team in Underdogs. So He isn't a role player. I like Punk though. He's cool. He's like very unpredictable, like I said, and he's just I like Punk. He's awesome. Who doesn't? Next up, we have puns and purple because they're right next to each other. So we'll just do them at the same time. You got 1. You got 2. Also, you got Quick. So let's put Quick in there. Why not? And you got 3. 3 S tiers, or 3 of the best leaders. Who knew? Yeah, all those guys are awesome. Love all of them. Great guys. Great leaders. Great MCC players. Yes. Next up, we have Quackity. Quackity can't lead just because he literally doesn't play in MCC anymore. He's way too busy with Dream SMP, with real life, with whatever. He just doesn't play, so it's fine. It's fine, but he can't lead. Next up, we have Rambo. Rambo. Where am I putting Rambo? Where do I put Rambo? This one's interesting. People thought Aqua were going to do pretty decent because they have Rambo, who's the carry. They have AMC, who's like the helper / leader. Then they got Ludwig, who's like the humor, but also like the second carry. Then you got Ray, who's the emotional support, and the third carry. So it's like, I don't know, man. I'm going to put him in a good secondary leader, though, because if he is on a team with an S tier, he's got a good shot, even though he's already done it like 3 times with purple, but not gotten dodgeball. We don't talk about that. Anyway, next we have Rye Guy. Rye Guy's a good, solid role player. One of the best, actually. He's literally one of the best role players in all of MCC. If you get the dodgeball with him on your team, you have like probably a 70 to 90% chance of winning just because of how good he is with a bow. Next we have Sapnap. Arguably the second or third best leader in MCC just because he's able to get it done, but I would say he's like the best carry in MCC. No, I would say, sorry, I'm going back on my word now. I say Fruit's the best carry, then Sapnap, then Illumina, or maybe the other way around with Sapnap and Illumina. Maybe switch them around. But I would say Sapnap's probably like the third or fourth best leader in all of MCC. So it's pretty tight race. But yeah, Sapnap is one of the best to ever do it. Next, we have SB. SB is a great secondary leader, potentially even one of the best leaders in all of MCC because of their, Blue 23, MCC 23 with Blue. That team was very interesting, but it was kind of a shared leadership role, so I can't say SB is one of the best, but he is very close to being one of the best. He just needs to be put in more of those situations, and I think he actually could be one of the best. Kind of like 5-Up. Next up, we have CPK. CPK is a great secondary leader. Literally, he's the guy who runs all things MCC. He's literally like the knowledge king. So yeah, he's great all around. Love CPK. Who doesn't? Literally, the Reddit simps for him. No, I'm kidding. Next up, we have Joel, aka Smallish Beans. Joel is a great secondary leader, has improved so much in the past, 10 events. Actually, he's improved, rapidly in the past, 7-ish events. I don't know. I want to say, ever since MCC 16, when he got 5th place, he's just been going off. That was what started. It was, the dot that hit the chart, and then the chart just exploded and went off the graph. It's, crazy, bro, how well Joel's been doing lately. Next up, we have Connor Eats Pants. Connor can't lead. He literally just plays for fun and goofs around, so it's fine. Next, we have Sneak. Sneak is a good role player, but like I said, in MCC 23 on Blue Team, he kind of was a secondary leader. It was literally I don't even know what to say about that team. That team is so interesting, but if I was to guess, not even guess because I did watch the POV, but if I was to say who the secondary leader was, I couldn't even really tell you because they were all the secondary leaders. But then you had SB, who was technically the carry, so he was he was half their leader, half their carry, and then you had Sneak and Cap, who were kind of the 2 secondary leaders. So it's whatever. But Sneak, yeah, ever since then he's only gotten teams that he's been a role player in. But I hope to see him boost himself up to being a good secondary leader because I think he could if he was put in that situation enough, kind of like SB. Next, we have Sylvie. Sylvie is a great secondary leader right now. Wow, Sylvie has same thing with Joel ever since MCC 18 where she won. She, even though you'd think after she would win, she'd kind of decline, but no, she's been going off ever since she's won. It's the opposite of usually what happens. It's crazy. Next we have Tap L, the man himself, Harvey. Great secondary leader. Oh, sorry. I love Tap Bell Harvey. He is legendary in the Minecraft community. He's legendary when it comes to MCC leadership. Sorry. Why am I doing that? Anyways, love Harvey. Yeah, Harvey's great. Next up, we have Technoblade Never Dies. Where do I put Techno? Techno is one of the greatest, if not the greatest MCC leader of all time. It's either him or H-Bomb. Literally has to be. Him, H-Bomb, or Pete. You decide. One of those three has to be one of the greatest, or has to be the greatest leader in MCC history. But it's up to you to decide. Love Techno. Rest in peace, the man himself. Next up, we have Ollie, aka Orion Sound. Good role player. Next up, we have Tina. Doesn't lead. Tommy. Tommy's a good secondary leader. Kind of lashes out like a child sometimes, but that's kind of his like thing, so we'll leave him to it. But yeah, Tommy's a great secondary leader. Next we have Tubbo. Tubbo a little too irrational and kind of like unhinged to be a role player, or to be a secondary leader, I should say. So he's a great role player though. Love Tubbo. Who doesn't? Tubbo is like awesome. Yeah, I love Tubbo. I vibe with him so much. Next up we have Ray, aka Valky Ray. Can't lead, doesn't emotionally. She is the emotional support. So yeah, but who doesn't love Ray? Next up we have Velvet. Velvet doesn't lead, but I don't know. I want to see Velvet kind of lead. That'd be cool if Velvet could lead in some kind of like non-canon event or something. I don't know. Next we have Gumi. Gumi's a good role player now. Gumi used to be down in one of these two, but now Gumi's starting to become a pretty good role player. I mean, she doesn't have like the actual mechanical skill, but she has like the mind skill. Because next up we have Preston. Preston's a good role player. I mean, maybe he could rally some people with his kindness and everything, but right now I'd say Preston's a good role player. I want to see him back though. I don't know why he wasn't an underdog, because he's probably too busy with his IRL content, but that's sad, man. I want to see him in an MCC again. Ugh. Why do we have Noxcrew here? No, get Noxcrew back. Next we have Dan TDM, the legend himself. Dan's a great role player. I love Dan. Dan got like what, 20? No, we got like 19. 19th or like 18th place. Something like that. It was good. He did good. I like Dan. Next we have Abe. Abe doesn't lead. James doesn't lead. I don't know who that is. Doesn't lead. Most of these people are from underdogs. Sorry. I forgot to like shake them up and like, order them differently. Most of them didn't save though when I try to order them differently. But anyways, Sky's Toast. Maybe the Sky's Toast could lead. I don't know. Maybe I'll put Cyan in potential leaders, because where this one? That's Mi Young. Mi Young wasn't part of them. But I'll put Cyan and like potentially has leadership skills. Fire Breath Man, the man himself. I'm already gonna do him. I'm already gonna do it, guys. The sensei and the students together again. Literally, I'm putting them both in one of the best leaders. Even though Fire Breath Man has only played one MCC, I don't care. He's already shown that he's great. He literally everything he's done leading up to this moment in MCC and in Minecraft skill has literally paid off greatly. I should add, he's just good, way too good actually. Impulse, good role player. B-Dubs, good role player. Them go down there. Sorry, I'm just putting all their siblings together because they don't play basically at all in MCC. And last but certainly not least, we have the one, the only Ant Frost. And like I said in the intro, you know where he's going. The man himself is one of the best leaders in MCC, and you can't deny it. You can't deny it anymore. He's too good. He's too good. And of course, Noxcrew are the best leader in all of MCC, because they are the ones that led us to this moment of loving MCC. And yeah, that's it. Anyways, guys, here it is, my final MCC leadership rankings in a tier list. Here you are. Look it over one last time. Take a screenshot, pause the video, whatever you want to do to look over it and see, are my rankings correct? Are they what you would do? If not, comment down below. Please let me know. I'm interested to see what your guys' opinions are. And please comment down below other tier list ideas that you guys have. I know some of you have already sent some, but please re-comment them or just comment down new ones I haven't seen before, because I am running out of ideas, to be quite frank, for tier lists. So yeah, your guys' ideas would be very appreciated. Anyways, thank you so much, and have a great day. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below, and click on one of these videos to keep on watching my content. Anyways, peace.